Hey, welcome back to Field Ops with Friends. Where today we're playing something a little different. This is a Dreamcast game, which is weird for me because I don't really play Dreamcast games like ever. But this is called Illbleed. I don't know anything about it, but Jewker here was like, "Hey, we should do Illbleed." So, yeah, what's up, Jewker?
Hey, welcome. We are about to play probably one of the cheesiest games, the schlockiest games, whatever you want to call it, that I could think of. It's such a disaster of a game in a fun way that, like, nothing plays like this game. I don't think there's ever been anything that's similar to this. It's just so unique of an experience, but it's also a really spoopy October game, so I figured this would be great. And
Yeah, I'm so excited because you've like talked this game up, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. Like, it looks like maybe there's a mansion and there's maybe some blood. I don't know.
Wrong, also wrong. I mean, I guess there's blood, but not really. So essentially what this game is, though, is I would compare it to going through a haunted house, is the best way to put it. So have you
Okay.
ever wanted to go through like a haunted house, but you said I'm too scared?
Every time, yes.
This game basically, you have to use your senses to walk through a haunted house and find where the traps are.
And find where the traps are. Okay, that's different.
It's very different, and all of the senses are there except for taste. Although you could argue taste is there, because you eat food for health. And if a trap triggers and you don't notice it, it hurts you. It either hurts you, or scares you. And then, obviously, if you get too hurt or you get too scared, you die. I'll get into that more in a bit, but it's a very silly game. For those of you watching at home, I will say, if you've never heard of this game, the voice acting cast is all the Sonic Adventure crew. So you're gonna hear, like, Rouge the Bat, Sonic the Hedgehog, all those people are gonna be here, and it's very silly as a result.
Because of course.
I mean, of course. Can you expect anything else from this cast of voices?
I mean, that's fair. Good old Sega and their Sonic teams. Love it.
Are you ready?
I am so ready, dude.
All right, let's just laugh at these cutscenes. Now, I want to point out this was a late Dreamcast game, and I would also like to point out their previous game, Blue Stinger, the mouths on the characters moved.
Speech competition?
Yeah. You don't give speeches?
No, I don't.
For as long as I can remember, my family ran what we called a horror caravan. We hauled this house of horrors around from town to town, trying to give people a new thrill, a new nightmare. I kind of liked traveling, but all that gruesome gore got to me after a while.
What?
Oh yeah, her dad's a big jerk.
Always conjuring up new devices, tricks, and traps, each one scarier than the last. Guess who we tried them out on? Yep, me.
No!
I guess it toughened me up a little. I mean, you have to be brave to walk through a
Do you like the crowd?
or try to avoid trap
Yeah.
doors to make it to your room.
They're cardboard.
I was a pretty fearless kid by the
All
time
12
I
people.
was 5, thanks to my fearsome father. He fed on others' fears and was never satisfied. My mom couldn't stand how obsessed he'd gotten, so she thankfully divorced him when I was 6. Yet I had gotten attached to horror. I remember how that good old Halloween pillow and a hot red water bath soothed me. I think I might major in child psychology.
What? What is this music?
So, how'd I do?
That was great! I mean, you're the head of the Horror Research Club and...
President of the Student Council. It's a given. You win this speech contest for sure.
Kevin Kurtz.
Yeah, Kevin is Sonic.
Oh, that run cycle.
What, Michelle? Why didn't you listen to Eriko's speech?
I don't need to.
Blech.
I know she'll win. Here, take a look at this.
Those are guest invitations to Illbleed. How'd you get them?
From a Pepco promotion.
Kill! Look, we can win $100 million there.
Yeah,
What?
if we can manage to get through the whole park, that is.
No sweat. I'm game if you are.
Sure thing. I'm with ya.
What about you, Erico?
Legendary voice acting, wouldn't you
I
say?
think I'll pass. It sounds too good to be true.
Why? You just said in your speech to conquer your fear and surpass the odds. Come on, we can test your theory.
Sounds like we're trying to be superheroes or something.
It's no biggie. It's just a house of horrors. Probably full of cheesy props and gags.
Which proves what's so weird about this. How can a funky place like that afford $100 million reward?
Who knows? Maybe they'll make it take so long to get through it, everyone will give up, go home, and the horror honchos will end up with a lot of free publicity.
Or else the whole thing is a hoax, and they don't have the money at all.
I agree with him.
I'm down with that.
I'm not voting or going.
For real?
Are you positive?
You sure?
Yep, you heard me.
Okay, Your Highness. Then we three humble slaves shall bring back the $100 million, and you'll be sorry.
I can't wait to commune with the undead.
I'd use the money for a chainsaw and hack my way into fame and fear. Ha ha!
Oh, brother. Okay, then. We'll catch you later, Erico.
Let's go!
Wait, that has her name on it?
Yeah. Illbleed. I'll bleed? I've always said Illbleed.
Yeah, I mean, if it's all bleed, then the fact that they don't have an apostrophe upsets me.
If you bleed enough, you probably are ill. Took her a few days, but she decided to go anyway. She's like, may as well.
Few days?
Yeah.
Excuse me, did you see 3 high school kids around here 3 days ago?
Oh,
They
so she hadn't heard from her
special
friends.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That was unhelpful.
Yeah. And this voice acting, though, that's something special.
Oh, the voice acting is extremely bad. So, remember how I said that the game... hold on a second, wait, banger tune coming in. I love this music. It's so good.
It's so happy.
Whee!
It almost reminds me of something, but I can't quite place it.
I'm trying to remember what button was it for the camera. This one. Okay. So, to give you an idea of how the game works, you'll notice we have a few things down there. We have a bar that's health, and then heart meter is down there on the right. That's important. We have our senses, sight, hearing, smell, sixth sense. You got the brain, that's for adrenaline. So, I'm going to show you, I think this is going to be important to do. For reasons you'll see in a bit. I'm gonna play the game the wrong way, just to show you how not to play the game, because when this game came out, a lot of people hated it. This was one of the late Dreamcast games. People wanted a good horror game, and were like, oh, I can't wait for this game, it's from the Blue Stinger guy, you know? He made that, like, Resident Evil clone, and it was pretty good. And people didn't know what they were getting with this game. So, like, you know, I mentioned the mouths move in the previous game. They don't intentionally in this game. So, like, this game looks really low effort and cheesy, and I think the game was meant to be, like, a B-movie parody game. So we're trying to make a schlocky B-movie horror. But, unfortunately, I don't think people really got that idea with the game, so it was very unclear what to do. And immediately the game is confusing, so what most people did was this. They go here, this is where all the levels are, we go through different movies.
Different movies, okay.
Yeah. You'll see all these different movie theaters.
That's interesting. Shock it to me.
Child Palace. Also, I'd like to point out some stuff as we go through here. but we have to go to the ones downstairs, because these are actually the ones that we want to go to. The prices for the rewards are actually wrong. What button is it for? It's been a while since I played this. Yeah, this is first person. $10,000 maximum prize. I'm pretty sure a lot of the prices are wrong. Jimmy, my son. The home run of death. It's cut off.
Jimmy, my son.
Yeah, the home run of death.
What?
So there's a lot of silly things I'll probably stop and take a look at, but let's play the game wrong just to show everyone how to play the game. But let's look at some stuff. We got Pox, the loudest sound ever.
Oh my god.
Special late show program. Mirror movies from midnight till dawn. Here's Dummy Man. Dummy Man is a character we're gonna see later. Dummy Man has no lore in the game, only in the manual. He's a crash test dummy that was so abused because he was a crash test dummy that he got so angry that he came to life. That's never mentioned once in the game. I figured I'd mention that. So let's hear what the plot is for this level, because everything is just a movie we're going through.
Okay.
You play a sport, a game.
They all have this kind of intro.
That you're going to either win or lose. You never expect to die before your dreams come true. Neither did Jimmy or his father, Gail Banballo, a Minnesota innkeeper. He set up a secret baseball practice arena in the basement of his inn, where he and his son practiced day after day. Jimmy's hard work and batting skills finally led his team to a state victory. It started out a crisp spring day, but before Jimmy could go outside to play, he and his dad went downstairs to bat the ball around a few times. Upstairs, some teenagers had been playing with fire, turning the inn into a raging blaze that was soon out of control. The inn was a total loss, and so was Jimmy, burned in minutes. Mr. Banballo was so badly maimed, he turned into a hideous monster, oozing and bleeding, snarling and growling like a beast, enraged and bent on revenge. He tracked down the kids responsible for the fire and killed them one by one with a blowtorch. That wasn't enough for Banballo. He won't leave his inn or his memories, so there he waits, in ambush.
That was the plot of this level. The home run of
the
death.
font for the font for the home run is like your standard baseball.
And then you got some kind of like meaty texture.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand how to play this game, which is why like I figure showing what not to do is probably the best way to play this game. But
so when you say how not to, what you mean is how most people tried to play it and gave up. Yeah.
Basically, I want to do that first to give everyone watching who's never seen this game an idea of why this game I think was a failure. But it's kind of come back in recent years. People kind of have realized it's a really cheesy, silly game. To the challengers, your mission is to calm the anger of Banballo. His only weakness is Jimmy. Though he is mad, he quickly drops his guard when he thinks of Jimmy. Memories of Jimmy is the key to the mission. So every mission has a prize. Now, remember how I said the winning prize was 10,000 outside? It's 50,000 here. They got that wrong.
Okay. Sure, why not?
There's a clear time, under 50 minutes. That's not going to happen. None of the clear times are ever going to be reached. Clear traps. We need to dodge that many. Heart rate. Gotta be under that. Hit points. Over that. Adrenaline. Over that. Bleeding. Under that. Push A to choose a character.
Okay.
There are 4 characters. 5, actually, technically. But I'm gonna be honest with you, they all kind of suck, except for Eriko here. So you probably won't ever see me play them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, first things first, of another reason that I think this game didn't do well, you have to use your senses to detect traps, right?
Oh, whoa, sight jumped.
Sight jumped, right? So, you're already learning. So, there's
so
clearly
I'm
something in
guessing
the
that-
area.
Yeah, my guess would be that there's a trap nearby that you can only see when you're in first-person mode.
No, actually.
Damn, I tried.
So, here's the problem. We don't have the item to find where the traps are. So, the first immediate trap is right here, and you can't dodge that. Also, that's a lot of blood. Get used to that.
That was a lot of blood. What?
Yeah. So most people playing this game wouldn't know what to do, so they would just run forward, you know? Oh. You'll see I'm bleeding more when it,
Yeah.
and then like my heart rate's going up. I'm losing health every time you run. That goes up.
Oh, there's dude's face.
Gimme. That's weird. Let's just keep going.
It's hearing, and it's gone, and then now you
Oh, no.
smell and
Spoopy blood. Ah.
psychological damage. Oh, your psychological damage made you bleed. Okay.
Oh no, a door's on fire. I'm on fire now. Yeah, so there's basically shock, which is one of the deaths, and then the other one is health.
Oh,
Yeah, the traps are very silly.
um.
I'm not doing too well.
Yeah. No. Oh no, a light bulb.
Oh no, not a light bulb. Bobby, I can't believe this. God dang it, Bobby.
Peggy, boy. Oh no, the smell of someone farting.
I saw a propane tank and it exploded. Oh. Oh no.
What is this game, dude?
All right, I'm getting pretty weak.
You're not doing too good.
No, I'm really not. Oh. My heart rate's getting really dangerous. I might actually die. I'm dead.
Shock
So,
death.
now, you kind of understand, nothing really was explained there. It was just really easy to just die and just go forward. Everything I did was completely wrong.
Interesting.
So, the game sort of vaguely tells you that there is a tutorial, because that guy's like, go left. But it's so vague that, like, it was just not explained. So now, if we start a new game, think we can skip the cutscenes? Yeah, we can. Okay.
Like, if not, Molasses would be happy to help. But no, we're good.
So, yeah, it turns out what he meant was go up here. So when that guy was like, turn left, this is the ER.
Love how it advertises a blood transfusion.
Yeah. Right over here, though, is the tutorial for the game that most people skip because they don't realize that the game has one.
Oh, now, question. Do you need to do this tutorial?
No, you don't. That's why it's like, oh my god, why would you do this? Why would you not have it be part of the first level? So basically, I can sum up the tutorial as somebody who's played the game. There are items here. When the senses are all going off like this, if you check the area... which one is it? Should be one of these. This one. So this is how the game actually works. You get the horror monitor here. And
so without that item you just picked up, the game is basically impossible to figure out.
It is impossible, that's correct. There is one in every level you have to find at the start. Now, in first person, you could find everything. You see how it says searching?
Yeah.
So what we do...
also tells you what your adrenaline number is now, too.
Correct. Our goal is to use our senses to mark where we think the traps are going to be. Or items.
Oh, so this is like Minesweeper?
A little bit, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's like Spoopy Minesweeper.
Okay.
So 6 senses going off, that means there's an item nearby.
Okay.
So, I can say, It'll zoom in if it thinks it could be in one of the spots. Don't think I'm close enough. Let's see, try here.
Oh.
See, it marks something. So this could be a waste of adrenaline. You have to be careful. You can't just mark everything. That's how the game gets you. Injection. That's an item.
Is that adrenaline?
I think that's an adrenaline injection. I believe the tutorial items here, you don't actually get to keep them. But it is still really useful. Like, I could have read everything and told you about all this stuff. Honestly, I don't need to because I know what I'm doing. And then there's another item here. Hassie. It's one of my favorite drinks. Yeah, so this is a drink from Blue Stinger. This guy put it in both of his games. I love the taste of an ice-cold, refreshing Hassie. This video is also sponsored by Hassie. One of my favorites. You're going to see that a lot. I'm going to crack open a Hassie later.
Oh my god.
It's great. So now that we actually know how to play, let's explore the hub a little bit.
I also have a mechanic question.
Go for it.
When you were looking around with that horror detector and you
Mhm.
marked that thing that ended up being an injection, did
Yeah.
you push a button to mark it, or did it
Yeah,
auto?
I have to push a button. That's the A button. Can't mark anything unless it zooms in, because that'll be
I
like,
see.
there could be a trap here. Traps are a little bit randomized, so
Oh.
yeah, they can be in some places. But this is the
Get some
ER.
chat for speedrunners, please.
Sure is, yeah. I know a friend who speedruns this.
Oh.
Yeah. So we can go there. That's where we get upgrades. I like how there's just an ambulance sticking out of there. So this game will get like fake hearts and stuff, and get surgery to be better. All of the
Okay.
surgeons are dummies. They're just crash test dummies.
That's creepy.
Silly. Dead. You can resurrect your dead friends here.
Turn to life. And recovery, and whatever that one says.
That is... I think that's... Build up.
Build up. Oh, so upgrades.
Yeah, that's upgrades, that's health, that's bring someone to life. Honestly, the only character that matters, though, like I said, is the one we're playing as. So, at the start of the game, she mentioned, hey, I don't have a sense of fear because my dad scared me so much as a kid that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any other character in the game, if you play as them, when you get them, at the start of a battle, will freak out and, like, crawl on the floor and panic. So, there's literally no reason to play as anyone else in this game, because she won't do that.
Wow, that just sounds dumb.
Man, yeah. So this
Yeah.
is Dummy Man from earlier that I mentioned. In addition to being a murderous dummy, he also is the save feature of the game. He loves taking pictures. Yeah, he loves taking pictures.
I mean,
Look at all the,
hey,
look at all the pictures
pursue
here.
your hobbies, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
He's having a lot of fun.
that's...
Bloody Mary's Drugstore. Variety drugs.
That's a genius name.
Yeah. She's also a character we meet later. We'll meet her properly later. Let's look at these cheesy
creepy.
products. Let's see what we got here. We got Active, Diet Tablet, Super Guard, Water 19.
Water 19.
I didn't think Water 1 to 18 was very helpful. It's
Reminded
fun
me of
looking at
that
things.
Preparation H skit from Austin Powers.
Why don't you just call it Preparation Asshole?
Why don't you call it Operation Ass Cream, you ass?
we can get Boobah magazines.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, that's actually an item in this game. It increases your heart rate. If your heart rate is too low, you can use it to, you know, do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that.
Molasses, don't come back to that. Hassie, gotta get that Hassie.
That's a lot of Hassie.
Remember, it's sponsored by Hassie.
And that's at least 2 different flavors of Hassie.
So when you buy items, you do not keep them when you are finished with the mission, so you want to try and use everything before it. So in this game, it is not recommended, we have $3,000. It is not recommended to buy items unless you know you're going to use them. There's a lot of different items. There's a salad, there's a steak dinner.
That's a salad?
That's a salad, yeah. Looks like a pile of vomit to me, but I mean...
Yeah, it does. $850 for a salad. What is this, Wendy's?
I think it's supposed to be yen, because... I mean, look at the prices. It really looks like it's supposed to be like $3.50, $8.50, $20, $10.
Hey, but this is also from what, 2001? So
Something like that,
22
yeah.
years worth of inflation.
I forget what year this game came out, but
Hey,
nitroglycerin.
Siri, when did Illbleed come out? What's she gonna think I said? Okay, she thought I said hillbilly, so
When did the Hillbillies come out?
when did Hillbilly come out? Turns out never. They're still stuck in the hills of West Virginia.
West Virginia. So this is the visitor bank. It's where you go to get your friends. This is also another lady we'll meet later. Hi, she's so pretty.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You can see, though, this game really doesn't take itself seriously. Like, I mentioned it, I think it wanted to be a B-movie, but as a video game. So I think that's part of why I like it a lot, is it's just a very silly game that, like, it clearly wants to just have fun. And
Yeah.
if you wanted a horror game, you would have hated this game growing up.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, $10,000. That's the max you can get, $10,000.
I'm actually super interested to see like what this is going to be like now that you can actually play the game.
All right, so we can skip this. First trap, though, we do have to get hit by. There's no way around that.
And I assume that the blood that you lose from that, the damage that you take, does count against you.
Yes.
Goody. That is still an absurd amount of blood.
So you want to walk everywhere if you can. You can run. I don't really recommend it because of the traps. So it's better to walk. We want to get the monitor, which is over here. See? Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, because all 4 are losing their mind. It also seems like the graphs there looked super zoomed in. You know what
A little bit, yeah. It's a schlocky mess.
I mean, it might be intentional, but that's neat.
Yeah.
Is there any other like item that you need in order to like do stuff?
To beat the game? No. But we have to find that in every mission, so it's always in like one of the first rooms of the game. You can just miss it, but I think after the first one, you probably won't miss it.
Yeah. So now you got some Sixth Sense. Smell, it's all stinky. Smells like blood.
I think there's an item right here.
Hey.
Nothing special.
Oh. Right. Now, you searching that.
Yeah, that will unmark it. You know, I can't check that anymore. So something stinks. Right. So the senses are really important, which is why I like this game a lot. If you are smart, you could look at the environment and say, all right, my smell is going off. What smells in this area? So I could look at the area. It's not going to be guaranteed, but maybe that pond smells like shit. Maybe that one does. I don't want to mark too many, because you really don't. That's a bad way to play this game.
Or the...
That was a trap.
Oh!
Yeah, so...
And so you gained adrenaline from that.
Yeah, so that's the balance of this game. And why I think, like, no other game plays like this.
So, adrenaline's a good thing, right?
Yes, you want adrenaline.
And so by you marking that and getting the adrenaline, that disarmed the trap?
Yes, correct.
Interesting.
Oh, that was a trap. I thought it was over there.
That was rude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing special. Nothing special. Right, so there is an item over here somewhere.
Again, that's what your Sixth Sense is. Always is?
Yes.
Gauze wrap. I assume that's for bleeding.
Yes. I don't need to use that. So basically, you'll see I'm bleeding. If I just walk, it'll lower on its own.
I noticed there's a little marker on that bar.
That is when you start taking damage.
Ah. So
Yes.
up until that point, bleed doesn't really do anything.
Bleed kind of doesn't really matter until you hit that. So that is a good thing to note. It's a really fascinating game, though, right?
Down too.
Heart rate goes down, too,
this
as you
is
take it down.
interesting.
Like, I could not tell you any game that plays like this. If you tried to find a game, like, people in the comments, if there is a single game that you could think of, deep breath. That's an item. Don't ask me why it's an item. But,
Okay, fair enough.
I could not name any game that plays like this. And it's really interesting. And you can kind of play along with the senses if you're watching, which is part of the fun. So, like, Jacob, I encourage you, if you see something like, we know this door already, that's trap.
Right, it's trap door.
Because of before.
Now, why is it that sight was the one for that?
I think she could see the seam. I don't know. Okay, you're right.
Plus 90, that's really good.
Yeah. It's a really, really cool game. Like, I love how this plays. We've already seen this, so we'll just skip that. All right. So now that we're in this
Sixth
hall.
Sense means that you've got an item nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And does hearing help you find that item?
Does hearing help me find that item? It could. It depends.
It could. Oh, goody. Okay.
Let's
So
see.
maybe you're looking for something that could create sound like that. Is that
That telephone. Yeah, I'm thinking that telephone's a trap. It's all about being smart. So if I walk up to it, makes that stinger, trap.
Hey, and
And then
plus
we get more adrenaline that way.
And the hearing's gone, so that's what that was.
Yes.
And now you appear to be very close to an item, and
Mhm.
sight is a factor.
There is an item somewhere. I think there is a trap there. Okay, we can't jump over that. Nice.
Wow.
Advantage.
Hey, there's your item. Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get the items that I can. This is a newspaper. The newspaper's got the lore. It's kind of like your Resident Evil notes. You want to read this?
Yeah, sure. Youngsters, come join us. Chateau Benbow opens today. Youth hostel Chateau Benbalo open today, a place where the young can gather. Owner, Mr. Benbalo, says with enthusiasm, I want the chateau to be a utopia for teenagers. The hostel, an excellent leisure facility surrounded by nature as an excellent leisure facility.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a weird sentence.
Every mission basically has its lore that you could find about what went wrong here. So here you go again.
Oh, right. So the fire at the chateau claims the life of owner and son. Fire broke out last night in the annex of Chateau Benbalo. Jimmy, 8, son of Mr. Benbalo, 41, died of severe burns. Improper use of fireworks by guests allegedly caused the fire.
Allegedly.
Wow.
Allegedly.
My favorite word. I didn't realize Jimmy was 8. Like, I assumed he was like 14 or 15 when that story, like the intro story was going off.
Nah, all right. So sight's going
Probably
off.
that face.
It's
Probably
that face.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. It's a face only a mother could love.
Yeah. And even then, that's pushing it.
Hi, Banbalo. That's what he looks like.
Oh.
From all the burns.
Wow, plus 95.
95, yeah.
That's really good. I noticed that some of the things that you mark and get like give you like 30 or something.
I don't know exactly how that works. I've never thought about that. Smells going off. I think it's that can of Hassie.
That makes sense, kinda.
Hassie has a particular smell to it.
Oh.
But Hassie's also ice cold and refreshing. Is it explained? No, I think it's just that's a trap.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. This is interesting. So, question: since you're getting the sixth sense read, but no sight, hearing, or smell, does that mean it's an item, but there's no trap?
I believe so. Yes.
Interesting.
Salad.
Hey, salad.
See, that's a salad.
Yeah, that looks a lot better than that shitty JPEG in the store. This is interesting.
It's a really cool game, but like, again, you kind of need to be told how to play the game at first. This isn't a game I would ever encourage anyone to play blind, because you're not going to want to play this game if it's blind.
Yeah. That's interesting, though. Like, it has some really cool concepts, but I can also see why the execution leaves a lot to be desired.
For sure. All right.
Sight
the
on the
bulb
light,
on the right.
light.
Yep, we saw that earlier. So,
Cool.
like I said, some of the traps are random, some of them aren't. So
I have another mechanics question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Your adrenaline, whenever you're like looking through stuff and you mark stuff, it costs adrenaline to mark stuff. Does it
Yes.
always cost the same amount of adrenaline?
I believe so. I've never actually looked into it, but I think it does. Remember, you don't want to run, because if you run, you're going to run face first into a trap. So I'm just going to take our time. Smells going off. I think it's that door. No? Maybe it's that door.
So sometimes it's just like the smell went off and you would have no real indication that that door smelled.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing nearby that you can zoom in on.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it just wants you to like look around. It seems anyway.
For sure.
Which makes sense in a game like this.
This is why I would say this is a horror game for people like me, who isn't super thrilled with horror. But it's cheesy, it's fun. Like, I think you're definitely digging this, because it's like, oh man, this is like... It's different enough. Oh, that's my fault. I thought that was something else. Very scary.
But you didn't bleed, so that's good.
Yeah, it was a shock trap. I would say shock traps are usually better than they are, you know, the alternative of trap that comes out and like attacks you.
Yeah.
So we want to go through there, but I think there's some stuff over here. Oh no, it's an encounter. So this is how combat works. That's Meat Man. There are 2 options for combat. So this is the thing you said you knew about.
Yeah, the helicopter.
Helicopter, so I can call for help. Hey, hurry up! But we also have the best fucking dodge ever invented. The iframes on this are just incredible.
Oh my god. Kick his ass!
I'm gonna. If you win a fight, you get adrenaline back. Unfortunately, for us, hold on. Unfortunately for us, slapping a monster, not recommended.
Why is that?
The weapon is terrible, because it's just slapping with my hands. You can see it's not going well.
But the amount of blood coming out of him.
It's a very powerful slap. Once we get a weapon, it'll be way easier to do combat. I'm pretty much only fighting just to show it off. And he's dead. But now we get some adrenaline back.
100.
Yeah, you do
That
not get
costs you half
adrenaline
your
if you use the helicopter escape.
Mhm.
Which, it's not really so much a helicopter as it is the people running the attraction above are just like, oh, hey, you're calling for help? We're going to just put down a ladder. So we have some items. Let's use a gauze.
Because you were bleeding.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think let's drink an ice cold refreshing Hassie. You know, just one of my absolute favorite drinks. We'll take another one.
It sounds pretty good.
Hassie, thanks for the sponsor again.
My very first sponsorship. Dude, some of the
Steak
offers
dinner.
I get. Ooh, I could go for that right now. Dude, some of the offers I get for like
I feel you.
promoting stuff is like the worst stuff ever.
I always say, listen, Dollar Shave Club, sponsor me. I will take the free razors. I need them.
That's completely fair.
All right, smell's going off. So
There's a locker room, it seems. Imagine that's pretty.
I imagine it's either that one or that one. It's gonna be one of those two, I think. It's that one. Perfect.
Nice. Wow, nice.
Nasty
Okay, so
looking
I'm guessing
Band-Aids.
They got little dinosaurs. Little dinosaurs on it?
Nothing special.
I like this little dinosaur.
What
So I
are,
assume
what are the best
the
Band-Aids? What do you think?
I
If you got cut, what are you using the Hello Kitty Band-Aids? Because I mean, like, that's what I use.
mean, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they just objectively heal you faster.
They do. It's proven. What were you gonna ask though?
The Band-Aid. I assume it's just like a less effective gauze.
Yes, I'm checking if there's any items because I don't want to use everything. You know.
Oh,
calculator.
whoa. That's different.
I forget what calculators do. I'm trying to remember. I think
Well,
I
I
could
want
check
you
it
to
in my
think about it
items.
really, really hard, and we're gonna find out what that calculator does next time on Field Ops with Friends. We're gonna dive more into this game because this is actually really interesting.
It is, yeah. Hope you guys like this. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Peace.